evening, everyone. Welcome to the After Hours chat. And tonight's question is, who heard about William Shatner going to the moon today? 90 years old. Can you believe this? Let's get this started because this is going to be a great conversation. William Shatner, my old time, not hero or anything like that, but I'll talk later. But go ahead, Anna.
Oh, okay. Good for him. I mean, money does buy you anything, I guess. I don't know. Completely indifferent. Yeah, good for him. Money buys you anything you want. Next.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. We're gonna jump to Greg because he's passionate about this topic, and we'll give our men an opportunity. As you can see, we have men on the After Hours tonight. They're gonna mansplain what all this stuff means to us, ladies. So go ahead, Greg.
All right, let me spread my legs and mansplain. Okay, here we go. You asked, you said it. Kathy, okay, first Anna, let me tell you, William Shatner, the great William Shatner, Bill, who I've met on a few occasions, he's an amazing guy, 90 years old. 55 years ago, he was Captain Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. And he did not pay for the travel to outer space. Jeff Bezos invited him and as a guest. And yes, money can buy you a lot of things, but I think this is something that's obviously beyond our world. It really is one of those things that when he came down and came out of the capsule, he's not a frail 90-year-old man. He's a very well-built dude. Like he moves, he runs like a 60-year-old, like a spry 60-year-old. And his comments today moved me. Like you could see he was truly moved. Doesn't matter how much star power he has and celebrity, that all just dissipated. It just went away. He became just a human being, just like all of us, who ended up going into past the stratosphere and into space. And to see our planet, our big, beautiful blue planet, from that perspective, and for a man who, played a part, just a character who went into outer space, this is like truly a full circle for William Shatner. And I woke up early this morning to watch, and I cried, and I was actually happy for him. I really am. I think space travel is stupendously important. We need to find other ways and other avenues off this planet to be able to create more, just more space and more opportunity to learn about our own planet. So, and other planets around us. But I think it's fantastic. And I'm good. I mean, good on him. Thank goodness for Jeff Bezos and anyone who's really into space travel, even John Denver, who, by the way, I'm a big fan of.
Okay, Greg. Okay, we're going to come back to you later if we have time. It's about 15 to 18 minutes. So otherwise, we're going to be a full-on hour here. Gita, you were nodding a lot. I think you share some of the same sentiments.
No, I totally agree. I totally agree with Greg. There was just his dream came true. Like he played this big role, and all of a sudden he actually is in an actual capsule, and he's up in the air. And he's 90. God knows how many years he has left. Just think about it. This is a lifetime experience for anybody. This is so emotional. I would be in that there too if they were.
Yeah, he does. He looks amazing. Doris?
I think there's another part of the story.
Oh, yeah?
And that is of all the young people in the world who grew up watching it and dreaming of space and what it meant and all the stories all the portrayals of the stories that he was part of, and the idea that we're not alone, and the whole concept that how can we be connected to each other in this time and realize that in this big planet and galaxies that we have, that there are others, and how do we create that as a dream. So I think he set the dream alight for many people about space and travel, and for him to do that is almost all the people who watch and are fans. A little part of them went with him as well.
Yeah, exactly. What do you think about the promotion of the capsule and all of that with, I don't know what it was called, Blue Orchid, what is it called? I'm sure, Greg, you know.
Blue Horizon.
Blue Horizon. Thank you. There was a lot of publicity around that. They're doing a lot of push. I don't want to take anything away from William Shatner, but I think I remember him as, was he the $1 Million Man?
No.
No, that was no.
Let's go back to the space one then. Let's go back
TJ
to that.
Hooker.
TJ, I was gonna say TJ Hooker.
That was TJ Hooker. Oh, sorry about that. Got the men wrong. Not the first time. Let's see. Kimmy, how about you?
Well, I am not a fan of this whole going to space for 5 minutes for millionaires, billionaires.
It was 11, I think, was 11 minutes.
Oh, he got the extended trip. I think that as much as I do value space travel and all of that, I think that these private ones, I think that it can be done to more betterment for everything. But that said, I think that the one person in the world who really, really deserved to go up was William Shatner, because he was the icon of space travel, as was said, for all of my generation, for sure. That was, and I didn't know he was 90. So,
I didn't notice. Yeah.
but yeah, I think he deserved it. Most of the other people that are going up right now, they don't, but he deserves it.
I mean, what do you think?
I think it's like fitting. How fitting is that he actually went up to space? That's the first thing. I mean, the true captain goes up, and then he set the bar now, like for basically any commoner. And I mean that respectfully, like you don't need to be specially trained or, astronauted for years. I mean, he's opened the door for any, for space travel, that he's proven that any one of us can go. It's fantastic. I mean, as much as we can say all this money being spent and wasted, but it's a necessity. It needs to be done.
I think he gave a lot of little kids hope today, that things can happen. It doesn't matter what age. Margot, how about you?
Yeah, I agree with you, Doris, and you, Kim. The fact that he has been started his career 55 years ago, so chances are a lot of the astronauts today grew up watching him, and that's what they got their excitement and their enthusiasm for their career from, is watching him. So for him to be alive long enough to actually go into space, I think there's nothing better than that. Actually, that's an amazing feat for anybody, but for him, because he's given back so much.
Yeah, great. Thank you, Judith.
I love it that he did it. As everybody mentioned, you grow watching him to be the captain, and a good conversation was always having with my family in dinner and walking with my husband. And every of us can apply to go to Mars. They are doing and creating that possibility. So that opened the door, and for me, it's inspirational. And I think that in this moment, the world needs that inspiration to look for different, like different ideas that are out there, and be more open to grow to the world, like not just here, like to world and all these tensions. So I am so happy for what happened today, and it's inspirational. So
great. Genevieve, what about you?
Well, I'm not clear exactly about the utilities of going there. Really, right? Is it that trip? It's actually like exploring, and like I feel there's actually real astronauts doing those things, So I think there's way better things to do with that type of money. People with COVID are struggling right now. I look at all those millionaires going there. I think it's cool and the whole thing. This is just the next thing, right? After having like the whatever car, or the collection of car and the 3 yachts and the house and the house on the water, and now you own an island. Now everybody's going to space. So, I just think, you know what? We actually should start by helping each other and spend this money where people really needs it. There's children not eating these days. So my take on that.
Okay. Kiara.
I agree. I mean, there's better ways to spend the money, but this is the real meaning of life imitating is art. And he was the captain. He was on, me and my brother grew up watching him as the captain, and it was great. And to see him finally fulfilling that side of it, and really he has come full circle. it's his art is now reality for him. So I think it's great. But yeah, there's both sides to it. I mean, it was an awesome thing, but the money could have been spent, like Jen said, to helping those less fortunate. But he's earned the right and he's earned the money to do it. So all the power to him. And at 90, come on, guys, 90 years old, and he went to space.
Kiriaki?
Well, listening to you, I feel a little bit ashamed, to be honest, because I don't know who is this guy.
It's okay.
But Greg gave me a foundation. So generally speaking, without knowing who is this guy, that he's 90-year-old and goes to space.
Yeah.
Very relevant to me. I don't have any interest about the space. I'm very happy in the earth. I love the nature. I love the ocean. He could have spent his time to do something else, but 11 minutes in the space, not bad. Like on your last time, on your lunch break, go to the space. I wouldn't say it's bad. 90-year-old. I'm glad he returned, because you never know when you're 90, right?
He looks like a robust 60, though. He does not look 90. Like some of us would date this man, trust me. Okay, he does not look 90.
Maybe you should check him out after we finish. And he's experienced now. He has seen the space, so he has something more to say than an ordinary man. So yes, I would like this idea.
Because he was the captain on Star Trek as an actor, and now, like everyone's saying, he went full circle and actually fulfilled his dream, because that was all acting. They were not in space, but now he went to space at 90. So there's the quick summary, the down and dirty, real quick, with not a lot there.
Then I say now he's good to go. I think he's complete, content, fulfilled.
Yasmin,
I would love to be in this situation, actually.
No problem. And I appreciate your honesty. Thank you for telling us that. I like that. Yasmin, and then Siobhan.
I would say like it's impressive at his age doing something out of the ordinary to complete his goal of playing the captain on Star Trek, to actually doing it and taking the time out of their busy schedule to go and actually try something that he's been wanting to do, especially at that age. Because it's always good to go after your goal, try it out before, who knows what might happen in the future. He might pass, and he's got the experience that he got to complete what he wanted to do.
Yes, I don't think we heard from Stephanie, and then Siobhan.
Well, I'm glad I'm not the very last, because I didn't want to end it on this note that I may be of the unpopular opinion of not exactly being a fan of William Shatner, the actor, or Star Trek movies.
Oh my God, I think Greg's going to faint or to fall over.
I know. I
jump off a bridge. I don't know. No, this is the beauty of it.
This is on Facebook now. It's okay, Greg. But I will go.
Greg, get up. We're recording.
Everyone's talking about it. I will go. I actually didn't even know he was going to space. I didn't know he was going to space.
That's okay. You have a daughter at home. You're busy. You can't watch the news.
I want to see what he said, though. Like you said, that he becomes, it's often, actors are this thing on TV, and then for him to actually be like, oh, he's a real person. He's somebody's, father. He was someone's son, all these different things. And I hope that something positive comes of it, of exploring space for young children, that they see that and they can say, well, if William Shatner can do it, so can I. So there you go.
That's positive. That's very positive.
Yes, I think that there's a message in everything that he's done, whether we like it or we don't like it. And that's the great thing about it. We don't all have to agree here. That's what I love. Don't agree. It's okay to disagree. Siobhan, down to you.
All right, I'm going to say that this was a very much needed feel-good story for a lot of people in these times, and especially for people of a certain age who grew up loving Star Trek. I still watch it like twice a week, all the Star Treks. I love Star Trek. And I just want to say as well that I saw the shirt where they've got the three guys in the red. And if you're a fan of Star Trek, you know that every time they beam down to a planet, the joke was that if there's a guy in red, that he's the one that's going to get killed. from the aliens. So, you know, anytime the crew was beamed down, look for the extra actor in the red shirt because he's going. So when he went up to space, he was wearing his mustardy colored shirt, and the 3 other people were wearing a red shirt, and it was so funny. Like, they just embraced everything about him. And I got to say something about Almond's. I need to know more about this word, astronauted. Because I really think you could take that word and go to NASA and say, I think we need to astronaut some more people. I think some more people need to get astronauted to get up in space. I loved it. It had a good ring to it.
I'm gonna just interrupt Siobhan. I am remiss.
Done.
Thank you for the reminder. Vishad, we have to go to you, and Julie, we haven't heard from you. Go ahead, Vishad.
Perfect. Thank you, Kathy. You know, for me as well today, I take out the age, I take out the actors, Star Trek, all of that. I was never a fan, to be honest with you, but he told CBC today it was unlike anything they ever described. And I think each and every one of us as human beings deserves that opportunity to have that moment in our lives where we have that feeling where it feels like nothing they ever described. If it's eating an ice cream or going to a fancy restaurant or going off into space, we all deserve it. So you know what? He deserves it and we all deserve it. So I think hats off to him, super inspirational and way to go.
Awesome. Julie.
Oh, I love that so much because, you know, I'm with you. Why not? And I was thinking about the money thing too. And you know, I think that these people spend more on the homeless people and helping them than I do. So who am I to say how they spend all their money? But the thing that I was really thinking about was after you go to space, then what? I mean, all of a sudden Utah doesn't sound that exciting anymore.
I mean, you know what? He still looks super healthy. And I had this small moment today that I said, oh my gosh, did he fulfill his life? And next week, this man, knock on wood, Greg, please find some wood. This man will no longer be with us. Like, knock on wood, because he's now like, he's fulfilled. Like, exactly. Where do you go next?
Yeah. Well, Julie, at 90, I was going to say, I don't know where you might go next. So.
You never know.
Yeah, you never know. Well, guys, thanks so much. What a enjoyable conversation. A little controversy, but not too much tonight, and that's okay because that makes it easy for all of us. Thank you so much for watching. Send us your questions, and if you feel that this episode is meaningful, please share it with whomever you like. Bye for now, and chat soon. Bye.
Bye.